Hey YouTube, this is Scarecrow Kaiser. I'm here to do some set 14 deck profiles for you. This here is going to be one of our Neo Nectar deck profiles, so I'll get started. This one is kind of just well, it's based on using Venus Trap here, Venus Trap Reverse. I really like her. She's actually a very cool card. She gets you +1s, and you don't really usually lose out on that much of a power because she gives it the +5. As well as if you get her, start doing her early on, as long as like this deck's other tricks, you thin out your deck rather quickly and can get it down to a high trigger ratio by the end. So I guess we'll get started. Our starting Vanguard, we got Maiden here. When she boosts, you just put her in the soul, look at your top 5 for a grade 1 and call it at rest. She's very cool. Trading, she thins the deck. She lets you trade this 5k for something a little bit bigger. But mostly the cool part about her is that she thins the deck and she helps you search you for a grade 1 you might find more suitable for the situation. Like if you feel like you're gonna misride, like you don't have your grade 3 yet, you can use her early on and help get you like one of her your discard draw, or you can pick up her so that you can then have her boost and hit and then trade it in for the grade 2. So alright, under the triggers we got 4 draw, 4 heal, and 8 crit. I wouldn't want to really use stands in this deck. I mean, there's cool things you can do with stands in this deck, but this deck tends to not, this deck has like, I don't feel like stands fit very well, so I just like the standard 8 crit, 4 draw. It just works. I can't really say much more than that. That's why most decks in this game use this trigger ratio. So for the grade 1s, we have our 4 perfect guards, our 4 maiden of the cherry stone. This card's cool. It's not as cool as the grade 2, but still very cool. It's all it's gotta do is boost, and then it hits, and you trade this for a grade 2. So yeah, it's more useful the more empty your field is, in my opinion. But yeah, it's a cool card. We got our 3 8k boosters, and then 4 of our discard and draw. The reason I have chosen like the 4 discard draw versus the 4 8ks because that extra 1k doesn't really make much of a difference for this deck, but the drop and draw is a little bit more useful. Like once you get to limit break mode with Venus, you can use her skill to rest and draw and then lock her for Venus, so you get to utilize both of them in the same turn, as well as like she will help you early game not misride by drawing what you need. For our grade 2s, we have 4 maiden of the cherry bloom. This card is very cool. When she hits, counterblast 1 and you basically get a free booster. This deck, early game, you don't really want to fill the field up yourself. The proper way to really play this deck is to let your card effects fill up your rear guard. Yeah, this card, very good. Counterblast 1, it gets you a +1. Then we have 4 of our Glass Beads Dragon. He's your typical clone. If he hits, counterblast 2 and draw. He's just to create pressure, and his counterblast is high. You don't usually want to do him more than once in the same game, but the idea isn't necessarily to get him off. The idea is to create pressure between all of your cards. And speaking of pressure, another grade 2 that's applying pressure is our 4 White Rose Musketeer. When he hits, you inflict damage. So between him, the Glass Beads Dragon, and the Maiden here, basically all of our grade 2s create pressure, and they're really good drops early game, and all 3 of them are good Vanguard rides. So, and then for our grade 3s, we have 3 of our Break Ride and 4 of our Venus Trap Reverse. The Break Ride is, he's not a bad card, but he's a little situational. It's kind of awkward sometimes to set your field up and still use him, because the less rear guards you put on the field, the harder it is to keep some there for him to clone when you Break Ride him. But the more rear guards you throw down there, the less room there is to get the full benefit out of his effect. That's why we're only running 3 of them. This deck doesn't need as many grade 3s. Once you've already ridden Venus, you don't need any more grade 3s that game, and they kind of hinder you a little bit, so that's why I'm only running 7. So yeah, this card is cool, but if you're planning to ride him, as I've said previously, the way I would play this deck is try not to manually fill up your rear guard. Try to fill up your rear guard as much as possible using your effects. That's the best way to make full benefit out of this deck's effects. And then as for her, I really like her. I like her more than I thought I would, actually. She's a very cool card, as I previously explained. She gives you a +1. She can combo off with other cards. You're not losing your power that much because she's giving you the +5, and she thins your deck. I really like her. She's a cool card, and this deck is very fun to play. It does pressure, creates card advantage, even if you're playing against something like Kagro or Eradicators that just blow up your field. This deck can very easily refill that field. So yeah, this is my Venus Flytrap reverse build. So yeah, thank you for watching.